You're listening to the Impact Implosion on the Angry Marks Podcast Network.
It is August 31st, 2017, and it's another episode of the Impact Implosion here on the Angry Marks Podcast Network. As always, I am Seth Drake, and on the other end is the cougar to my water, Mr. Mike Poland.
Yes! Hello! I've got something about the Eli Drake, Chris Adonis thing, because I was
that was great.
And I was watching them, and I'm thinking, if they, I could see them actually hanging out like in real life, who would be the wingman in that situation?
I have no idea. Okay, we need to talk about some serious news for a minute, because, Triple Mania happened last week, and although despite the show keep telling you it's happening next week, it happened on Saturday. It happened on Saturday, or when this show airs, last Saturday, during the same time as the Mayweather-McGregor fight. It was a kind of a mess show. Did very well in Mexico though, but the big thing to mention was their big star. Their Reina de Reyes, their women's champion, Sexy Star. If you Lucha Underground, you might have seen her in. She was their champion there for 1 week. She decided to start
go into business for herself.
And when Rosemary gave her arm to do the finish of the match, which was an arm breaker, she kept it on and basically fucked up Rosemary's arm.
Intentionally, no less.
Yeah. Good news is apparently Rosemary did not get the torn triceps.
Bad news.
Bad news is Sexy Star's making every fucking excuse in the book. And GFW's basically said, well, ignore that. It was a great show overall and all that.
It's the age of the internet. Things are like this are hard to ignore.
Yeah. Also good news is everyone and their mothers decided to in America, in the wrestling business, has basically decided to distance themselves from her and kick her off any booking gigs.
They should. She intentionally broke another wrestler's arm.
Or just sprained it. Hearing it was just an elbow sprain, thank God.
She intentionally tried to injure somebody.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
Yeah, she tried to shoot another fighter shoot another one. So basically, yeah, it's bullshit. So, yeah, only a minor strain, thank God.
Yep.
Yeah. The companies that will be basically WrestleCade, Wrestle Circus, and whatever indie federation that Johnny Rods runs is all said no. You kicked her off their show.
Oh, God. I don't know the one that Johnny Rods runs. It's probably somewhere in New York.
Yeah, of course it is. It's only strained with some swelling.
Yes.
Could have been a lot worse. They feared torn triceps, which would have fucked up her Bound for Glory matchup they had set up in tapings. But
you sure that's on Bound for Glory and not on an Impact?
No, it's bound for. They're doing on the tapings. They did a regular match, and then they're setting up a First Blood match or something.
Okay. I know they're also setting up the 4-way women's match.
Yeah, different match. Yeah, they're her and Taya, the one she screwed out of the AAA Reina de Reyes title. But that's another story for a different time.
Yep.
Let's talk about Impact. Or no, there was other news. Pop TV has decided to give Impact another year.
One more year.
Yes, another year.
Alberto Lamirta will be coming back in November.
He will?
Yes, that's the rumor.
God damn. Really, GFW? You should have just
as a heel.
You should have cut the line. Cut it. Should have let it go.
They need star power. Because I don't think Morrison's going to give it to him.
I think he's, as a face, no, he's definitely not.
And as much as we like Drake, he's not really a star power guy either.
Yeah, true. He's not gonna move the needle.
And on that note, let's start with Impact.
Yeah. Earlier tonight, Eli Drake is in a nice suit and with Chris Adonis, and American top team is allowed backstage.
You know, they're not supposed to be allowed in the building. Good job, GFW.
Even though, I thought they were allowed to be in the building.
Just not at ringside, maybe.
Or whatever, I don't know. This whole thing is stupid. This whole GFW versus American top team is stupid. Feud is stupid. They've assaulted your talent 2 weeks in a row.
They're manipulating your top heel.
They're basically taking time from your top heel. Well, yeah, they're manipulating Franklin, but he's part of their team. But, okay, here comes Eli Drake.
And Adonis.
Adonis, yeah, but Eli Drake, and he's got a sofa in the ring that he decides not to sit on. A nice sofa, too.
It's on the couch with Eli Drake.
Yeah. So Eli Drake is pissed off. It took him 14 years to get the Global Force title through politics and whatever. And then goes on a story about this cougar he was with. This cougar was hitting on him in the pool earlier today.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one thought he could do it, but basically no one thought he could do it. But he's the champ, and it's just a fact of life.
And here comes Johnny Impact with a dumb name.
Yes, Johnny Impact. And at this point, I'm like, I wish someone sat on the nice sofa.
And Johnny Impact is about to.
Yeah, but he's sick of hearing Eli. I'm sure everyone in the back is sick of you running your mouth.
So I'm going to do it for a minute.
And I'm sure this crowd wants you to shut the hell up. And the crowd says, shut up the hell up. Shut up. And I'm like, shut up, crowd. No. I want to hear this guy. So Johnny Impact wants the belt, but here comes Eddie Edwards, who, by the way, I forgot to mention this too. He won the GHC title, Pro Wrestling Noah.
Over Marufuji.
Yep. Oh, was Marufuji at the belt at the time? I thought someone else did.
I'm not sure. But
yeah, Eddie Edwards is first American to get Gaijin to get the belt.
Interesting.
While he's talking, Johnny Impact decides, I'm going to sit on the couch.
I'm going to take a nap while this guy talks.
I'm going to take a cat. And as I was like, I have a lot of respect for you, Johnny Impact, but this isn't AAA, and I kind of outrank you here. And Eli Drake's like, ooh, are you going to take that? Are you going to take that, huh?
And here comes Jim Carney.
Yeah, Carney. Yeah. And Eddie Edwards is like, look, I want a shot at that belt belongs to me, and I want it back. And I'm
Even though you lost last week.
It doesn't belong to you. It doesn't belong to you since a while ago.
March, at least.
Yeah. So Carney comes out, and he's like, gentlemen. You know what we're going to do? We're going to have a tag team match. No holla after.
Playa?
I know. No player or holla.
Boo.
And he specifically says, if you win, Eli Drake, you don't have to defend the title against anyone.
Oh, wait until later for that one.
Oh, yeah. But
well, any of the guys in that match.
He should have been specified that. But if Eddie Edwards and Johnny Impact, if they get the pin, they get the next shot. Immediately, first shot. So, Allie is backstage and sees Taryn at some kind of bar they set up backstage.
Why did you attack Miss Gale?
Yeah. Why were you mean to Miss Gale? I thought you were BFFs with her and stuff. And I was like,
that was a few years ago.
I was like, no, I don't think they ever were BFFs. I think, okay, maybe at the beginning, but Taryn turned heel.
And Gail was mean to her years ago.
Gail helped Velvet Sky injure her hand or something, if I remember correctly.
That could be. I don't remember.
Yeah. So, I mean, Velvet helped Gail injure her hand as payback for her injuring her hand in the past. I know. Something like that. So, Terrence says, yeah, Allie, can you send a message to Gail?
And rams her into the wall.
Yeah, it says, hope you get that. So, after that, commercial time moment, we have a Bud Light commercial. That looks like Game of Thrones. He's like, oh, you are my dear friend. Dilly dilly! Dilly dilly! And then this one guy gives him a jar of mead. And he's like, this delicious mead that I've had recently. It's very good. And he's like, let Sir Roger over here show you a tour around the Pit of Despair. And he's like, what? And he's like, no, dilly dilly! Dilly dilly!
Dilly dilly!
Dilly dilly! So, first match of the night, Bakar and Ba versus OVE. This was a squash match as always. OVE won with a Doomsday Device Bulldog finisher. I'd never seen that.
Nope.
So maybe that variation. I might have seen the Steiners used to do that, but not in the variation they did it.
Yep.
So, yep. Corny and Moose are backstage talking about Triple Mania. It's like, you're going to be heading to Triple Mania, man. Next week, man. It's going to be awesome. And EC3 shows up. He's like, oh, hey, why am I not at Triple Mania? And I'm like, yeah, you should be glad for that. You're not at Triple Mania. He's like, because Horty's like, I need you here. In the Impact Zone. And you're going to phase out Hio de Fantasma. And
Next week.
Right?
Because...
Petey Williams makes his singles one-on-one return in 8 years because, he's only been in triple threat matches, that one run when Kenny King was still around.
Yep.
Yeah. He was only triple threat matches, so those don't count as one-on-one. He takes on Caleb Conley, who is with Trevor Lee now.
Because they're both from Carolina, everybody.
And this was a good match.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the winner was never in doubt. Petey Williams hits the Canadian Destroyer and wins.
Yep.
And Trevor Lee sneaks attacks. Sanjay Dutt makes the save. Josh is like, what's he doing out here? And I'm like, saving his buddy, man. What was Trevor Lee doing interfering?
And that'll set up a tag match for next week.
Yep. And we're getting another match with Richard Justice.
And he gets squashed.
But first, Karen Raptor is upset with Taryn Terrell over attacking Allie and screwing Gail Kim. And Sienna's like, dude, I had nothing to do with this. Even before Karen gets there, Sienna says, I didn't need you. Just so you know.
You are nothing to me, Taryn.
Yeah, and I love that. And so Sienna and Taryn have to take on Gail and Allie next week. So here comes Richard Justice, and he's taking on Congo Cat. And thank God Congo Cat kicks this guy's ass, but Congo Cat really doesn't need jobber squashes anymore.
And he's gonna feud with Shearer.
Yeah, he's gonna beat him up. Shearer comes out, crowd doesn't give a shit.
Because we're not in India.
Yeah.
This is in case you haven't noticed.
About this feud. So Mackenzie is with Impact, and this promo's not good. He basically said, only line I noticed he says is, the gravy train is going to stop into Slamtown.
Boo.
Then we go into Conan at the LAX clubhouse, and he says, hey, low-key, I want you to injure James Storm. Send him to the hospital tonight. He's returned tonight, and you got a match against him. So that match is next. LAX comes out, and then James Storm comes out to a very good ovation.
How come he didn't have any buddies with him? It's like 5-on-1 here.
Because it's a singles match, and it's not an ODQ match.
Boo, that logic.
I know. Storm also just come back from a concussion, so he may not be thinking straight. So anyway, Storm thunders back on LAX, and the ref was there, so LAX couldn't sneak attack him.
Huzzah.
And he basically says, I blocked Cornette years ago. I've blocked a lot of people on Twitter. And I was like, yeah, because you suck. And then they hype up the Global Wrestling Network app. Like, you're not even coming close to WWE Network numbers. And then someone, of course, said, well, what if they get Noah, Pro Wrestling Noah, AAA, or people they're working with? And I'm like, that's not going to happen. Could happen. WWE's talking about getting other teams. I'm like, yeah, I've heard that for less than a year.
And who are they talking about getting? Because I haven't heard that from anyone except people.
Yeah, well, the networks, the networks, the GFW, Evolve, maybe WWE Evolve or something.
I know they work with Evolve.
Yes. Well, maybe they could get Evolve or something. No.
I'm sure Gabe would take Vince's money before he'd take GFW's.
No, and GFW's working with, AAA and stuff.
Yes, the company, the international companies that nobody follows.
Crash and Pro Wrestling Noah. So, starts getting. I was like, James Storm's getting his ass kicked for his return match, but then Storm shows up and it ends up being a good match. But it ends with a interference. Referee gets distracted. Low-Ki gets a last call super kick. Santana hits James Storm with the belt, and Low-Ki hits a Warrior's Way and wins. So yes, James Storm's return match is a loss.
That's a good idea.
So we see Allie and Braxton Sutter backstage, and Allie's talking about what happened and stuff, and you okay and stuff, and she's like, I'm hurting and stuff. So here comes Garza Jr. asking if things are okay, and Sutter's like,
who that was.
Yeah, dude, you're not gonna be okay if you keep being here. Get out of here.
So basically, Sutter's Mark Merrow and Garza Jr.'s Salvatore Sincere here.
Basically. Yeah, old wrestling. So, backstage, Carney is saying that Franklin would make more money by himself in pro wrestling, and I'm like, I don't know. And that America Top Team is leeching off him. Do you know who's on American Top Team that isn't in Impact? American Top Team's one of the top team. Let me look this up because there's a few guys that aren't here.
Well, Dan Lambert might be leeching off him. I'm not sure about the others.
Yeah, American Top Team. Let me notable students. Diego Alves, not there.
Mm-hmm.
Junior Dos Santos, not there. Joanna Jedrzejczyk, I can't say her last name. But yeah, she's a pretty good big champion. Pretty important. She's, I think a weight class lower than where, Ronda Rousey is, but, yeah, she's, or Ronda Rousey was, but yeah, she was pretty. Tyron Woodley, who's also a champion, Glover Teixeira, Yoel Romero, Valerie Letourneau, yeah, Amanda Nunes, who beat Ronda Rousey, is part of American Top Team. The fuck are you talking about? They're leeching off Franklin here.
To make Impact look like the faces?
Yeah, what the fuck? Let me tell you who also was here. Robbie Lawler.
That's Tom Lawler.
Yeah, Filthy Tom Lawler's a different guy. So yeah, Antonio Silva. But yeah, he's I don't think he's taken, no offense, but, he's not, there's others too, but you get the basic idea that American Top Team ain't leeching on for Franklin.
No.
Of his success. They're on their,
Dan Lambert might be, but the other guys are.
Dan Lambert's trying to leeches off everyone's. This whole feud is stupid. Dude, American
wrestling fans care about that.
Yeah, pro wrestling fans would know American Top Team is a legit team.
Yes.
And plenty of these guys are your biggest guy is Colby Covington, so who's number 8 in the heavyweight or some division. So, by the way, next up, so Corny's stupid. Basically, he can make, less money in MMA and stuff, and Dan, whatever his Lambert says otherwise.
I I think Lambert might actually be right here.
Yeah, he might. If he focuses, and he's on USC, first of all, he's got to not be in Bellator, and he's got to have a title. So, yeah. And then we go to a Grado segment.
Oh, God.
Talking about the wedding with LVN, and, of course, it gets revealed that LVN's family's from Victoria, Canada.
Oh, yes.
Canadian. What?
The worst kept secret of the storyline.
Yeah. Oh, LVN's Canadian. Who knew?
Everybody!
And then JB even later on Twitter said, Grado, you don't even look at the Twitter of your wife, your soon-to-be wife, which says Canadian.
Grado's an idiot.
Jesus Christ.
As if we needed any more proof.
So, we get a news that Pagano's coming, of AAA is coming, GFW.
Pagano!
He sucks. He is a terrible hardcore wrestler, so that's not good. Ty Valkyrie's also
we can face Abyss.
Ty Valkyrie's also coming next week. No, Pagano's going to be part of that AAA invasion that's coming up.
Oh, boy. That sounds like fun.
Yeah. Sounds like fun. So, Franklin, backstage, Franklin, they do another interview with the American Top Team, and Franklin, he's like, I'm not ready to leave wrestling yet. I think I can do both. And Lambert's like, oh, do one or the other.
He can do both, Lambert, you idiot.
Yeah, he's a fucking idiot in this whole thing, so. Yeah, Laura Van Ness is Canadian. Who knew? Everyone knew that, you clowns.
The character is Canadian. She's probably from...
She really is from Canada.
Yeah.
So, it makes sense that her character's from... This is what we were talking
about a month ago when they were doing this angle. Yeah. She's Canadian!
Yeah. So, time for our main event. Eli Drake and Chris Adonis take on Johnny Impact and Eddie Edwards.
Long match.
Johnny Impact has the slow motion entrance for GFW, like he has everywhere.
Long match.
And, okay, we need to get to something because there was a fan with a sign that says hard eyes for Johnny. And I made the joke and I said, fan with hard eyes for Johnny sign. Sorry, lady, but he's engaged to a woman who'll be showing up next week.
Mm-hmm.
I got into a lot of anger for someone named Dracula's Chick, and spell it with a C, of course, so Chick as in C-H-I-K.
Oof.
Basically said she's very aware, she's a fan, and can hold the sign any sign she likes. She liked it and took a pic with her. He liked it and took a pic with her ringside. So thanks for the unwanted comment. My response to that, it was a joke. Seriously, some people take this stuff seriously. A joke, funny since you had no idea she would ever know you've seen it. Let me explain this to you. I live tweet a TV show. I don't care if she would have ever known I saw it. I make jokes, and that was one to make. If you had followed what I've been saying, you would know my first goal is to have fun with the show. I've called certain wrestlers different names, like calling Lashley Franklin, or when I called RVD's finisher the Fried Star Frog Legs. Oh, and she continued to go on this, and basically said, oh, I don't have a problem with this until you make fun of family, and I'm like...
Whose family?
Or, make fun of, she makes her family or whatever. At this point, I'm just trying to be nice here, so I'm gonna stop with this and say, if she's your family, it's where you're wrong. No, see, that's where you're wrong. I don't care what you do or say, unless it involves family. So get back to your sad life, a live tweet. Well, here was my response. Well, then if I offended your family, I apologize. But what I said was never meant to be disrespectful. And I continued to say, on my comment end, to say, heck, I did a counter on how many days LVN has kayfabe not taking a shower during her crazy stage. I would assume she cleans up in real life.
So else they probably still wouldn't employ her.
That said, SMH, and yes, she does shower and stay clean. No, that's a joke on the company. That I'm not apologizing for. You take things way too seriously. Lighten up. Not at all. Don't take anything on Twitter seriously, especially just stating facts. No need to lighten up at all.
Then what is this argument about? Exactly.
This argument is about apparently she's family of the person who had the sign, the heart eyes for Johnny sign. And I said, yeah, he's married. He's going to be married soon. And basically took offense that I was insulting her for not knowing. I didn't insult her for not knowing. I pretty much figured out she probably knew. I'm not that mean to people. It was a joke. And I don't get, if you ever knew me, I don't make much jokes. There are times I'm serious, but most of the time I'm not. I try not to be. But goddamn this, I muted her, and she's like, oh no, you muted me, ooh, what am I gonna do? Basically insulting the fact that I'm trying to be nice here, and you're taking advantage of my kindness. The fact that I'm trying to stay nice in this whole conversation. So yeah, you're muted. Have you got anything to say about this? He's probably somewhere else. Okay. But basically, yeah, at Dracula's Chick, or Keep Dreaming, as you're called, get a life. Stop. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Move on. I made a joke. I apologize for the joke. I didn't have to, because I never meant any insults by it, but I tried to be the bigger man and you wouldn't let it go. So you're muted. I'm done. We're done with that shit. So, Duel, we want back to the show. Duel, we want Johnny, and no we don't chance.
Already with a no we don't.
Yeah. Or I think that someone said we want Eli. And so one of the wrestlers, and someone's like, one of these wrestlers is not like the other, and I'm like, one of these wrestlers doesn't belong. Hint, he gets nothing if he wins.
Adonis?
Yeah, he doesn't belong in this camp. There's Eli Drake, Johnny Impact, and Eddie Edwards.
And Adonis is the toady.
Yeah, the toady. So, Johnny Impact does a nice corkscrew, and in the beginning, Johnny Impact's the face in peril, but Eddie Edwards becomes the face imperiled. And basically, I had to mention that Eli Drake has a move called the Skylord Slam. Looks great as he hops on the second rope. That was a superplex, actually. JB got the move wrong. The Skylord Slam is what he did later, which was the front power slam.
Yep.
Congrats, JB, you're an idiot. Or you got the wrong move. Everything's going on. Low blow by Eli Drake. Champ hits the gravy train on Edwards. Drake won't have to defend against anyone, right?
Nope.
First, here comes America's Top Team to talk some shit. And I'm like, security!
Cornette, where are you? Oh, here
Where are you? Here he comes. Don't do anything, Franklin, or you're going to be banned from Triple Mania next week. And I'm like, it already happened.
Yes.
It already happened, so this ban would do nothing. I know this when this was taped, it was next week. But God. Corny says, oh, Eli Drake, I didn't forget about you. You're going to have to defend your title next week against Matt Sydal. And I'm like, but I thought he didn't have to face anyone.
Nope, just anyone that was involved in that match.
Yeah, he didn't specify that.
Yeah.
He said anyone at all.
He's a champion, he doesn't have to defend.
Yeah, he doesn't have to defend against anyone at all on this next week. But no, he has to defend against Matt Sydal, a different guy.
Yay, logic.
So, I gave this episode a C. You know, good matches. The matches were good. Main event was fun. But this crap with American Top Team and Grado is bad. It's just, goddamn.
Mm-hmm.
And one of these storylines is really making big waves in the company, and there's going to be a third bad storyline coming up that we'll get to later.
In coming weeks.
Yeah. God, GFW, you're in your own way. You put yourself in your own way in this company. You have good matches, but then you have these really ridiculous invasion-like storylines. You got to keep doing the invasion storyline. No, you don't. When you were TNA, yeah, GFW, you never learned from TNA.
Nope.
No. Do you got anything to sell?
Not this week.
Last Saturday, I finished the induction of Bikini Jones and the Temple of Eros. The next induction is the Mummy's Kiss. It's coming up.
Yes.
And then after that, I'm gonna do a special poll, which will be for an induction that the late Tobe Hooper of one of his films. There's a choice of it. I'll reveal that when the time comes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Tobe Hooper month will be this October. So, with that being said, Miley, we are heading to bed.
Good night, everybody.